You can hear that. When you hear crackling sound, that means it's weak. Zinc primer in there, so that won't do any harm on top of the K-rust. And if you follow that, you see the bottom of the B-post, you've got that black drip. You see the black drip coming out the hole? That's the hole at the bottom of the B-post that I keep referring to. Hi guys, welcome back. So in this video we're going to go back on the T2 bay, yeah? I'll just show you what I'm going to be at here today, right? I've got a couple of rust holes and patches that need attention, yeah? So if you remember in the last video we made that piece, the last video I made on this bus, yeah? So we made this piece here, yeah? And if you remember, this area here was weak and I punched through it, yeah? You can hear that. When you hear crackling sound, that means it's weak. So we got a hole here, and then we dug a little further and we got a hole behind it. And you can see I've just started to, there's a seal running up there, some body seal, right? And what we're going to do now is get my old chisel, yeah, which is my best tool, one of my best tools. Right, so what we have is this panel here runs outside the inner B post, and the inner B post comes round and runs right round here and all the way around this lip and finishes out here. So if you remember, this is the piece we made from here down, yeah, a couple of weeks back. So we made this lip piece, and I did say that the outer B post turns the corner here, runs in and only goes inside to there. So we haven't welded the back side of this corner yet, yeah, this corner piece. Yeah, so this back corner here hasn't been welded. So now we have to cut this piece out, yeah, this corner piece, the bottom of the inner B post, and that's what we're going at today. Now if we move a little back and show you up here, right, which is about a third of the way up on the B post, we have this going on. Another hole with lots of rust inside it, yeah? So that has to be taken care of as well. So that's what we're about to do today, yeah? And believe it or not, I think that'll finish up, it'll finish us up on this side of the bus, yeah? And then we go around the other side and back up to the front. And so, just quickly show you over there, you might see, we can see daylight over there as well. So the bottom of the bulge panel, which is typical, and possibly, hopefully not along the floor, the cargo floor, but definitely the outrigger there, or the jacking point on that side, needs doing. So I'll be doing that. So if you haven't been with me, guys, on the repair here, we done all this area here, right? All in the new. So that's all been restored back to pretty much factory finish. So just to give you an eyeball of that, yeah. So we'll be doing the same on the far side. And then we've got the tub to do, the wheel tub. And I think we're pretty much out of this one. So that's what we're going at today. That's what we're going at now, yeah. And also this piece here. So patch these two pieces, make this piece and put it in the new, and dig out this a bit more, cut it out and see what we need to do to correct it. I know that this area here, I can see daylight through there. And that brings us in behind here. There's an enclosed panel up under here, and it's just on the right hand side of that panel, yeah. So it's up inside. It's up here. We are. Yeah. So I hope you can make that out. Like, yeah. That brings us out onto that lip. So again, water was going in there. Yeah. So you have this kind of a closing panel on the inside, yeah, of your wheel arch. That'll be your mount for your seat belt. It's done in the new, but obviously water was getting in there, yeah, and staying in there behind the body seal. So that would have been what caused it to rot out in the first instance. So if I bring you around again, this is where we are. So you know where we are. Right there, yeah? So, we'll get on with that, guys, yeah? There's rust on the inside, which hasn't shown itself on the outside, but it would rust from the inside, guys. So that's what you got to be, you know, that's what you got to check for that. And you'll just feel it. It'll be really rough, yeah. Like you'll feel perforations, and I'll show you when I come across the kind of, I'll show it to you. So it feels okay. Okay, I've cleaned this up now, guys, yeah? This area here. So I'll concentrate on the back end of it now. This is solid all the way along here, yeah? This is like a shoulder area, right? So you have a lot of meeting points, and there's plenty of strength on there to build off of that bottom of the post, yeah? As well, of course, it's a collecting area, so that's why it would have rusted out in the first place. So I'm just going to take a bit more off the back because it's weak down this end, nearer the corner again, where you have an intersection of meeting points, yeah? mean, the backside is not that bad, yeah? So you don't see any pitting, like I was explaining. When I come across that kind of stuff, I'll show it to you, yeah? The pitting I'm talking about. But looking inside as well, it doesn't look too bad, you know. To do with some treating, yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I think we have enough strength on here now. There's a 1 mil along that wall, right? Maybe I can show it to you. And just show you what I'm talking about. I mean, I'll keep digging it out until I'm satisfied that I have got the 1 mil wall, yeah? And that's what I'm talking about there, guys. We have the 1 mil wall, right? And I know there's plenty of meat down here. This is all, there's a lot of big weld going on there, factory welds, yeah? Which I've kind of continued on here a little bit to, you know, maybe that's way too bright, sorry guys. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. I would have put that along there up to about here. And this continues on here as factory weld, yeah? So, and that's how it's finished in the factory. So like I was saying, I'm satisfied there that I have got the 1 mil now. I don't have to go back any further, yeah? Otherwise we'd have been cutting, if we want to, you know, if you want to do it right, you'd have been cutting all this out, because there's like a shoulder on here and this comes over the top here. This is underneath. The B post goes in underneath, like you said at the start. You know, this seal that was on here in the joint. So we don't really want to be going back behind that at this stage, right? We'd never get finished here, but it's okay because we have our 1 mil wall thickness down along there. So you only need to go back to that area, yeah, to that thickness. You know, you don't need to go any further than that. Now we'll put rust preventative in here, up inside this B post and down around where we can get it here. And that whole area then is again protected, you know, going into the future. Okay guys, we'll just go get a rough measure on this, yeah? That's 30 mil. By 25 mil, so that's 50 mil, 55 mil, 55, and we've got a height of 40 mil, yeah? So 30 by 25 is 55 by 40, and we've got that little lip at the back here, right? So that's about 12 mil, yeah, 12 mil. Okay, let's cut a piece that size and fit it up. Okay, so I've come across this piece here, guys. Yeah, it's got that little lip on it that turns the corner, and it also, I don't know if you can make it out, but maybe against this rule you'll be able to see. You see? It has that little bow on it. So I think that might just do us. This is a piece we've got left over from front floor, cab floor section. So you see where I'm going with that? Okay guys, I've had to change the shape on that a little bit. You can see it's at an angle there, and because the bottom of our base cut here runs a slightly diagonal, we've had to change the corner here so that it's diagonal. Now you might think that's a little extreme if if you see the angle on that, right? Yeah, as opposed to like being square off the piece or the plate. But it's actually at an angle, but that's what it requires, that's what it's asking for when we put it in here. That's what it's looking for, as you can see now. That's kind of where that's ballpark, yeah, where we're going to be putting it. So now what we want is, because this whole piece runs at an angle, there is a curve on it. So this piece is going to be, now I was aware of that curve, but I actually didn't think that this curve would want so much, you know. I thought we had a little curve, and if you remember we had that little curve, but anyway, it's not good enough. So I've given it what it needs. It's awkward, guys. So if we just do some 4-year-old marks along there just to get us on the dark side of the moon. What's he on about? And then we can sneak or mark. So here's our corner here. And right there. So that will be the angle we'll need. Okay. So from here to here. I'll draw that angle in, guys. I'll get it folded over, I'll just bend it in the vise again, and we'll get that, brings us up to the tail end, yeah? I'll bring you back then. Okay, that gives us our line, yeah? More identifiable. So we'll be folding into the clean metal, yeah? Using the line. Okay guys, so I've put that bend in it now, yeah? You can see what's going on. And now we're going to have to trim off the back because there's excess there, yeah? Always make the panel a bit bigger than what you need it. And we still have to take a little bit, you know, we'll trim 2 mil off it afterwards, or take it off of this one, it really doesn't matter. That's for our final fit up, yeah? So this is obviously crashing in now to the back here. So if we take, by putting it right here, we'll know from here what we have. Same kind of mathematics, so down here at the top, we've got about 10 mil. So I'll just take this off here. I'll get back to you. Okay guys, I've got it down to that now, yeah? So that's our piece. I've cut the excess off here and trimmed it a little bit. Rounded it to match the profile down here, yeah? And the fit up isn't too bad now. We're down now to about 1 mil, 1.5 mil. It's actually fitting okay at the back, yeah? But as you can see, maybe if I can get you off of that perch and show you what I can see, but yeah, we've got the thickness of the panel to go. Yes, I've still got to make it a little bit smaller so it just fits in and it'll be flush, if you know what I mean. It needs to go back in, yeah? So we'll take a little bit more off of the back here, 1 millimeter. Yeah, I could also just cut along the top here now and let it in that way, you know. There's several ways, you know, you can take it off of either or, this or this, you know. It's all about choice or whatever is the easiest. So I'll take a little bit off the top along here now, and that'll, you know, that'll let it go in. We can take it off the back if we need to, yeah? So I'll take a piece off the top now. Okay guys, a bit more off the top here, yeah? Let's see. I know you can't see anything, guys, I'm sorry about that. That just needs to be pushed in there now, yeah? The last thing, of course, we want is that to fall in the hole. Okay guys, I'll show you now what the kind of fit up we're talking about. Now this has still got to be a little bit of fettling required. I dare touch it now just to show you, but I don't want it to fall in. That's the last thing I want. That's the kind of, yeah. So that's smooth, yeah. And it's and as original, right? It just gets seam welded all the way along the bottom here. Okay, I'm going to be welding up this corner here and finish it like this, yeah. And the same along here, seam welded along, and just round the corner again, nice. I think there's very little to do with that corner, you would agree, right? And so that's that one done. Now I've got to put some stuff in behind it, okay, some rust protection, and then we've got this one up here next, right? Okay, we're good to, we've got good metal down here now, I can see. Yeah. So this needs a new skin on it. I'm going to root that out a bit more and see what's behind that, yeah. I know it brings us into the area behind the inner wheel well. Okay guys, I'll just show you that now, yeah. So that's the area there, yeah. Okay, and what we've got is we've got 3 skins here, right? So we have this one that comes here and comes round and finishes in here in the corner, yeah. So that's this panel. It's got a little fold on it there and it comes round. And under that we've got this, which is the inner B post, yeah? Which is that one. And on the inside of that we have what the panel that the B post goes onto. So there's 3 here. We've cleaned back to the very back, which is good, all clean. So we'll protect that. Then we'll fill in with the second layer. And then finally a long strip here which gets welded across here, factory finish. Yeah? And that's it. That's all that put back to... and we can weld, there's a little hole here where the water came through. And we can weld that now from this side. Yeah? And that's it. Go on to this panel, weld this panel in. And we're good to go. Got some weld up here already, yeah. Fairly hefty lump of weld. Right. The way I've decided to do this, guys, is like you can see there's like a hole in here in the back. So what I'm going to do is weld it up. There was a hole inside. I've welded that, and from around underneath the sill. So it's a case of put a weld on here, weld it here along. That's flush. Yeah. And then there's another piece to come from here up and weld it across here. That's how it is in the factory. That's this piece, the last piece. Yeah. So it's like, this is the back of the seat, and as you can see from the back of the seat up here, that goes in, yeah, on the back of the B-post. It just goes in alongside the back of the B-post, but you can see it's welded from here. It's factory welded here, yeah. Here it actually comes and a slight little lip on it and comes into this area here, like I said earlier. Yeah, so let's spot weld it along there. So that'll be our final piece. So I think, I mean, we could cut this piece a bit longer and fold a corner in it and put a weld down on the inside. Yeah, you know, it's whatever you fancy doing, really. Yeah. I think by the time it's welded, you know, and welded all up along here, it's kind of 50-50, you know. Trying to put a weld on the side is probably more difficult, you know, on this particular job of where it is just inside the door here. You know what I'm saying? You could put a right angle, leave it longer. This is about 75mm wide at the minute. You could have, you know, 120 and come around here with it. Yeah, but there's like an indentation here as well, so we want to kind of keep that. So we can't afford to come out here, if you know what I mean, or make a complete piece and weld it on this outside corner. That would have been nice, but then you'd have to put this impression on it, yeah, if you wanted to keep it real. So we're leaving that there. We don't have a lot to come out here, yeah. It takes on a funny kind of a shape there. So by the time we have it welded and just kind of, you know, make that groove in the inner corner here, I'm hoping with the, you know, the cutting disc, you know, I'll be able to just make that nice again, yeah. So we have that. So that's how I'm going about this one. Okay, guys. Weld through primer on the faces, yeah. And now we just a little bit of this K-rust by Hammerite, Crust, yeah. Put it down this hole here, look, down at the bottom. eats the rust, yeah? Neutralizes it. Just let it soak into it and run down there. It's only got about 2 inches to go because from there down it's just let it run down, yeah? But everything from there down is done because I've already been in there. If you remember, I stuck the little brush up. Well, this is where it comes to. So, if you haven't seen that video, I think it's called Protecting Your whatever, Classic or VW Bus or Rust Protection, basically. How to protect your Classic, something like that. There's lots of little areas where you can actually, you know, worthwhile investment. This thing will pretty much run down the side of it, all the way down. Well worthwhile, guys. There's lots of different manufacturers doing this stuff. Yeah. Where is the hole? There's the hole. There's the whole pile of. There's my brush. Can you see that, guys? Yeah. The hole had some rust that I had knocked down all while I was cutting them. Yeah. So like I said, we've been here before. Yeah. So it's what I'm doing now is just overkill, but it's no harm. It's no harm to get this stuff in here, yeah. And it's always the bottom 6 inches that are the worst, remember? So you most certainly can go above, you know. But yeah. Put it in here as well because this is the seam. Yeah. It only takes a tiny bit. This stuff is like water, so you get huge application, like. Yeah, I only put a tiny little bit in here, half a capful kind of thing. But, you know, you get great mileage out of this stuff. Yeah. Pouring it down the hole. Won't be any harm up here either, guys, in the back. Okay, guys, I've put this little piece in now and I've lined it up where I want it. Yeah, and of course, we don't want, yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of okay with weld through primer, if there's such a thing. But I'm not okay trying to weld it, guys. Yeah, I think you know that by now. So, take very long to do it. Yeah, it's been a lot longer trying to dress welds after and wonder why you didn't get the penetration, or that's exactly why. Yeah, because it's 60 amps, guys, for 0.6 millimeter wire, 023 wire, and at 60 amps you're there's something wrong here, guys. There's something wrong. Stuff's not lining up. Is that the way it goes in? Oh yeah, it is, of course, yeah. But yeah, like I said, at 60 amps you're not gonna burn through. Yeah, the amps are too low for that crack. So now at least we're hitting clean metal, yeah, when we put a spot on. So I think now we're almost ready. Push it out a little bit if I can get it to go out a little bit. Just to, that's it. Okay. Right. And that's right out. A little bit of paint on that one. Get it to go out a little bit. Okay. That's it. That's perfect. No, it won't stay though. My gun is over there, so I've got to go over and get my gun, yeah? Weld gun. Okay. I'll be back. Keep my hat on. Eyes. Going to turn this up. Turn it up to 1.3. Even though it's only 1 millimeter. Yes, I'll buy that. Now that's paint, what you hear there. You see, when it burns off, you get a different sound. And that's called a burn back. Yeah, and that's paint that caused that. Yeah. Right. Paint all over the place. It'll burn. It'll burn. Okay, so you can see it clearly there now, yeah? We've got to take about a mil and a half off of this back side here of the repair patch. Here, yeah? Mil and a half off of there. That should fit nicely. So we're going, you know, for this fitment now. That's why it's, okay guys, that's why it's important not to take too much off of this face here, yeah, on this piece, because you have to allow for this this side to go in until it's flush, and then take off any excess that might be on here. Yeah, that's really, you know, you got to keep that in mind, that it fits in that way. I did say before I'd explain this a little bit better. So like that, it's smooth now, but it's too long over here. So we've got to take 1.5 mil off of that. So always allow it, when you have corners and different profiles, yeah, and steps, and if you're cutting a piece to fit in, always leave excess on the end piece so that you can then move, when it all moves into position with every profile, that you have enough on there that you can take off. Yeah, because if you take it off exactly right, and as you're moving it in, then it won't be exactly right, if you know what I'm saying. It'll be yeah, it'll be too short basically. So you leave it on, and then you can take it off after. Well, that's the basic principle. Yeah, always leave it on, always leave a piece on. And if you're working with 1 millimeter like we are always, it's like leave 1 mil or 2 on, and then you can take it off. And, you know, you can take it off this end as well. Once you have your folds, yeah, at the right measurements, or an exact copy of your template, then, you know, you're good to go. So really all we have to be concerned about is the distance from here to here, and from the corner to here, yeah, and then leave it a bit long here, yeah, and again leave it a bit long here. But this is 1, 2, 3 different faces or profiles, and there could be more, you know, there could be more than that. It depends on what you're doing. But like I said, always leave, you know, always leave a bit, and you can always take it off. So that's the tip really with you know, you see a lot of people getting into trouble with that situation, and once you've cut it exactly, then it has to fit in there, and if it doesn't fit in there, well, then you've got to make the whole piece over again. Yeah, okay guys, I've taken about 1.5 mil off of there. I've taken 1 mil off of here, yeah, and it's very close to being complete now. Yeah, so needs to go out a little bit more, maybe. Yeah, maybe if we drop it down here a bit. The edge, this corner here is what you would line up initially. Yeah, that's the first place we're going to put a tack, and by doing the tack right there, yeah, we can actually, we have a bit of a pendulum, and it's always good to have a pendulum, you know, because it gives you more maneuverability than if you know, if you tack it there someplace, yeah, or here, you know, you can't move it. It's locked on there, and that's it. Whereas right out here on the corner, you know, you can do that. So more maneuverability. Yeah, I like that right there now, actually. Yeah, that's nice. And this is the most important and crucial time really, is the fitting up. I've always said this, you know, if you get your fit up right, yeah, you'll be good to go, and you won't have any issues. The lip that's on it to catch the rubber seal, right? So that's fully documented, that video is. And now we have the bottom inner B-post repair, right, which is an area that's prone to go, right? So that's looking nice now, if I may say so myself. I'd buy that. We'll leave it at that, guys. It's gone on long enough. Thank you all. Thanks to the new subscribers. Welcome aboard, guys. I appreciate all of you new guys, and of course all the subscribers. So with that, I'll see you all in the next one. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, tell your uncles and aunties, or or whoever, right? And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Ciao. Good boy. Hey? Yeah. Good boy. Hey?